Hello folks, welcome to another video. And yeah, I'm using my action camera, and yeah, unfortunately the action camera has like a super wide, it's like a 170 field of view, so you can see it's like way to my left and to my right and way above my head. I guess that's okay because this one actually has a higher heat tolerance. Since it is almost summer, it is a little bit warmer out this evening. I thought about switching back to the I guess to my cell phone, but as I asked, screw out to use the action camera. This one unfortunately doesn't have. Some of them do have a no, you can switch from like to 170, which is the human field of view, to like 90, which is a cameras or a typical TV. So I got it back to 1080 by 60. And if I can get this darn water bottle open, hold on here, here's my shirt, yes, the old shirt, there it goes. My hands are slipping. Yeah, I've been working in, it's the weekend, so I've been working in the yard, and of course my hand, when you have been using a lawn equipment that's been vibrating in your hand for hours, your hand tend to get a little bit weaker. So yeah, so I'll be smoking Java Latte. See, there's the band, it's a foot band, the head, and normally for the squared off heads I'll use an 11mm punch. I also have my 7mm punch, which I don't really use anymore. I guess unless I'm smoking like a really small cigar, which yeah, these Corona size one, it's about the smallest I would go. Take the footband off. Little puppy is still out in the yard. The old hound dog, he went inside. Yeah, okay. Of course, I'm using my old vertical torch lighter. I mean, a lot of my lighters, except for my Zygar. Even my Zygar, I've had those now for I say 4, almost 5 years. This one's more than 5 years. I bought this. There we go, and it's still working, as you can see. And yes, with these quad torch or triples, not a quad, these triple torch and quad torch lighters, be very careful. Yes, and I love the flavor of these Rocky Patel Java line of cigars. It is a little windy out, so yeah, it lit it up just fine, because because when I use my dual torch lighter, gotta keep touching it, but with the tri or the quad, nice smooth burn. I definitely recommend. Now, the only one I don't like of these Java line is the mint. I tried the mint. It's like, it is minty, but I guess it just don't. I like mint. I don't have anything against mint. Just not in my cigars. So basically, Friday, Governor Abbott came out with another news conference. So I got more information now. It's been 4 or 5 days. Of course, he apologizes. Like, I apologize. The information I was given, Tuesday, was wrong. And of course, the people who gave the information are the police. Let me just start off by saying I support the police. But if the police screws up, I'll call them out. which is what you should do for anything. Dogs, get out of the garden, you hound dogs. Now this is a smooth draw. I can taste the the latte coffee. Latte is of course coffee with milk, but it's definitely a Java-ish taste. I don't taste any milk, but it's a good cigar. Yeah, now this one I'll probably smoke it down to the nub. It's a very it's not even mild. It's a light cigar. Of course, it's a flavored cigar, so I normally smoke flavored cigars down to the nub. Inside your little hound dog. And yes, and this dog door is big enough for a medium-sized dog, a 20-pound to a 30-pound dog. I had a relative who bought over their dog, which was he's a little fat basically, and he fit through that dog door just fine. An adult my size, I'm not the biggest person. You wouldn't fit in there. Your head might fit through, but your shoulders aren't going to fit. But a small child, a 2 or 3 year old could probably fit through there. But I don't expect any of the neighbors' kids to be coming into my backyard and then trying to get into my house through the dog door. Yeah. So for more information, so Abbott came out. He apologized. The director of DPS, he came out. He apologized. And he was trying to backtrack. You can tell he's trying to backtrack because he was stuttering like crazy, like wait. It's like, dude, man. Everyone knows you're trying to backtrack, man. And I understand what the guys say. With hindsight, which is what we all have, and of course, what information is given to us will determine what hindsight we will have. Yeah, it's been really, really windy here in the Dallas, actually just the whole of Texas. And yes, Texas would make a good windmill farm. That's why they spent billions, like something like $40 billion, sticking acres and acres of wind farms out in West Texas. And you okay, dog? You don't go biting those bugs, man. They'll sting your mouth. And of course, I had earlier. I was out here till it was dark. I had one of those lanterns on my head. One of those with the band attached to your head, flashlights, and of course it attracts bugs. And I had one that came on and just stuck on, and I kept swatting at it, and he wouldn't get out. 4:30s when you get out. By the time you get home, it's 5 o'clock. And now you're going to work at 6 o'clock, and you're getting back home around 9. When are you going to have time to eat, do homework? And then by the time you do that, it's midnight. And then you're going to bed. For a kid, that's putting a lot of stress on your body. And I doubt this kid did that for 2 years. Because if he worked at Wendy's since he's 16, then yes, he would have been able to save up $4,000 even after tax. Because after taxes, it's like, I think 17. It would be 17%. Well, yeah, it would be 17% tax, since that is considered in the low income bracket. So even after 17% tax, he still would have $4,000. That's assuming that he, worked 2 years at Wendy's and, saved every paycheck that he made. Some were saying he also got a brand new $50,000 pickup. And again, yeah, so that one I guess is correct. But the question is, who co-signed or who bought him? Because again, you're a kid, you're under 18, working at Wendy's, working 16 hours a week, not a day, 16 hours a week. Yeah, and yes, back when I was a teenager, yeah, I would work at these fast food during the summer, for a month or two. Back then, yeah, I'm old. Back then, minimum wage was about $3.50, but most places were paying about $4 or $5 an hour. But as a kid, I was working just to get extra spending money. Yeah, and I can understand if your family has a hardship, and in some schools you have to get a hardship, I guess, clearance from the school in order to work. Or in some cities or counties, if you're a minor in school, I guess in this case it would be high school, yeah, you got to get like a hardship permission from the school or the school district in order for you to be able to work. Yes, it's almost kind of, I'm smoking this down. Like I say, it's not a very strong cigar. I'm going to take the band off here. Yeah, so money-wise, it makes no sense. Yeah, the vest, the 2 Daniels Defense ARs that he purchased, and people are questioning, why did he purchase these $2,000 Daniels Defense AR? Yes, they are of the higher quality, I guess, handmade. But you can get AR, especially the Ruger, the Ruger Mark 15, which is Ruger's AR version, for around $600. Yeah, and you can order at most. You can order online. But he decided to go with these, higher end. And of course, I did another video, but I guess I'll explain it real quick. The higher end guns like these Daniels Defense, they'll come with like upgraded parts, like nickel plated slides, or they'll come with better slides, so when you rack the gun, it's smoother. Nickel plated. I was just trying to think of trying to remember parts here. Yeah, the bolt action, nickel plated bolt action, nickel plated barrels. It's just upgraded parts. Carbon fiber parts here and there maybe. But basically, it's parts to make the gun operate smoother, lighter, and things like that. So I guess it's just parts wise. It's kind of like, it'd be kind of like cars. If you buy a $10,000, I don't know if there's even a $10,000 car anymore. But if you buy a $10,000 car, let's say a $10,000 Geo Metro, $10,000, $12,000 with no upgrades, compared to a $60,000 Mercedes, which is I don't know, you want to use a Mercedes to compare, but we'll use a Mercedes to compare. Yeah, the Mercedes is going to have upgraded parts like leather seats, leather interior, wood trims, better stereo system, better handling, more comfortable ride. So you get what I'm saying. So it's the same thing with I guess with guns. Yeah, so that one's got me questioning. A lot of people questioning that. How did he get these gear? We know he worked, but he's a minor. He can't work more than 16 hours a day. Well, so this video is going on 30 minutes, so I guess I'll cut it here. Yeah, and also my question is, yes, most schools were closed the week prior, and this school, I'm assuming these kids were still in school to make up snow day. But again, this is South Texas. They don't really get ice or snow. When we had, yeah, our winters here in Texas have been like super cold, and the last few years, we've been getting ice and snow that we normally don't get. Yeah, I know, it's climate change. Yeah, yeah, and of course, yeah, since I'm talking about climate change, yeah, and of course this kid's dead. I thought they caught him alive. I'll come back to climate change. So the super cop, border patrol agent, the story is that he was getting a haircut. He's getting a haircut at his barber, and yes, the Latino barbers are the best barbers. I go to one. The dude cuts my hair really nice. Of course, my hair is simple. It's just a crew cut, high and tight. But he still goes the extra mile, do a little touch here and there. So so he gets a text from somebody that tells him, hey, there's a school shooting, and he tells the barber, hey man, I'm going to the school shooter, and again the story is that the barber gives the border patrol his shotgun, and of course the border patrol he's off duty, so he's not in uniform. And I'm assuming even though he's off duty, he's probably carrying either his, well, he's not, well, he's probably carrying a pistol on him, or a handgun, I guess, pistol, handgun. So the barber gives him his shotgun. I guess the guy jumps in his car, goes down to the school, and I'm assuming since he's off duty, he's plain clothes, he didn't get the memo to stand down. And yes, people are calling the guy the super cop. So super cop goes into the school, sees the shooter, and ends him. One cop, off duty, with the shotgun that was given to him by his barber. Now I don't know if he used the shotgun or if he used his pistol or a handgun. I'm old school, man. We used to call guns pistols. That's all it took. It just took one police officer who didn't get the memo to stand down. Super cop goes in, Chuck Norris style, Texas Ranger, Walker Texas Ranger style, sees the guy and puts it into him. And yet we got all of these officers, standing outside the school, talking about, I'm scared, waiting for SWAT, waiting for our shields. One super cop is all it took. To end the evil. One cop was all it took to take down the devil. Yeah, and supposedly he was arrested. He and a buddy was arrested in 2017 for plotting to shoot up a school. So this guy is known to the local police. I'm assuming, I don't know, I don't know, this might be back in North Dakota. Maybe that's why his parents are like, hey, look, man, you gotta go stay with Nino and Abuelo. I'm trying to remember the Spanish words for grandpa, grandma. Down there in Texas. So he could have been that, back in North Dakota. He and this buddy were arrested. Since they were minors, I guess the cops couldn't do anything to them. Yeah, he would have definitely been a minor at that time. The cops couldn't do anything to him, and I guess they just let him go. And I'm assuming his parents were like, hey, we're sending you away from North Dakota. Go stay down in Texas with your grandparents. I think Nino means kids. Well, anyways, I need to brush up on my Spanish. And that's probably how he got under the radar with the local police down in Uvalde. They don't know about this kid. I guess, and I'm assuming the FBI down there didn't know about this kid. So he came into Texas under the radar, stayed with his grandparents, and then I guess the couple of years while he was down here, planning this school shooting, and then he finally did it. And yes, when he crashed the $50,000 pickup, eyewitnesses are saying, yeah, there were two people in the truck. His buddy bailed and ran away. Since the guy is dead, we don't know who his buddy is. So hopefully there's some parking lot or a convenience store or a corner or a corner light, or maybe a security camera somewhere picked up the pickup, and maybe they can identify who this person is, because hey, this guy's on the loose, he might be, planning to, a follow-up. But of course, school's out now, all over Texas. School's out. So, yeah, so hopefully they find this dude and arrest him, because there's going to be a lot of questions. Yeah, I'm almost done. This is probably like a, like I said, I'm smoking it down to the nub. This is almost the nub. And this video is going long, so I'm going to have to edit it to kind of cut it down some. Yeah, so find that dude, and yeah, hey, it's a super cop, man. I'll give you a thumbs up, man. Yeah, thankfully, I guess thankfully he didn't get the memo to stand down, and I guess did his super cop thing. But as for climate change, of course, right now the devils are in Davos, Switzerland, and of course John Kerry, Lurch. Yeah, he's been known as Lurch for like forever. He's talking, yes, climate change. We get 50% of our oxygen from the ocean. The ocean is being polluted. It's like, look, dude, the day I see you guys arriving in either sailboats, and I'm not talking about the one that Golem, what's her name, Greta Thunberg, the $2 million, carbon fiber sailboat that she arrived in, or a solar, or one of those solar cell planes that takes like 15 hours to get from New York to London. Hey, doggy, coming out to chill. Yes, it's next month he turns 19. Yes, he's an old hound dog. He's again, like nearly deaf, nearly blind. He keeps falling in the pool. Luckily, I guess luckily, I guess he can still doggy paddle to the side that has like the steps that he can, walk his way out. Yeah, so the day I see these guys arriving at these, or using these green transportation, so arriving in one of these solar cell planes, taking either electric, and I don't mean a Tesla or one of these super duper, like Lincoln just came up with their super electric car, which is like I think $80,000, or it might even be $100,000. So Lincoln came out with their, I guess, competition to Tesla. Supposedly it has like the best mileage per charge. But again, it's a Lincoln. It's going to be expensive. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was $100,000. No, I'm talking about an electric bus. That's what I'm talking about. So they land in their electric cell plane, get on an electric bus, go to a mud hut, eat their bug burgers. Yeah, because these guys, they're coming in private jets. They're being chauffeured around in V8 SUVs. They're staying in 5-star hotels, eating 5-star meals, having these $1 million barbecue cookouts, where the servants are wearing masks. So what they're saying, they're not doing. Living in, they need to stay in mud huts, eat their bug burger, eat their soy man printed steaks. Yeah, if you're thinking that, go look it up. Yeah, and there are YouTube videos on it. They're able to print pretty much any meat, steaks, chicken, but steak is the big one, and it's not meat. The chemicals that they combine is soy base. So basically it's like what they have now, which is the soy meat. Soy based turkey has turkey flavoring in it. Soy based chicken meat, which is soy but has chicken flavor in it. So it's the same thing, except for I guess a printer's printing it out to look like a nice tasty ribeye or a nice tasty New York strip. But it's a soy based with I guess beef flavoring. And yes, be careful if you eat fast food burgers. Lots of them now have switched over to soy based meat. So so you're paying $8, $9, $10 for that cheeseburger. That's not actual meat, but a soy-based beef. Yeah, so I'll end it with that. It's going on long enough. Yeah, enjoy your smoke. You know, cigars, cigarette, weed, e-cigarettes, or if you don't smoke, you know. Yeah, no alcoholic drinks this time. And yeah, luckily for the win, the camera hasn't overheated, so it kept going. And hopefully, you know, hopefully we do get some funding for school security, where there is just one entrance. Teachers are not unless there's a fire, and unless there's a fire, and of course it's got to be all electronically hooked up. Unless there's a fire, then you can actually open up the rear and side doors. You know, make those fire exits. You know, other than that, everyone's got to come through the front door. You know, hire more security guards so that just police officers or more SROs, so that if one dude's out in his car patrolling the perimeter of the school, you know, he's not leaving the school. Why, you know, right? He's in his car. There's nobody in the school at that point. And in his case, by the time he got back to the school, you know, he's confronting the wrong person. He's confronting a teacher. So yes, I completely agree. Secure our schools. That may take time. I don't think that's going to happen as long as the Biden admin is in office. As long as the Democrats control Congress, the DOJ, you know, the funding's just not going to happen. It's you know, securing our schools is going to be the last thing on the Democrats' mind. All right, well, thank you for watching. Again, this is a long video. It's a long rant, but I guess I had a lot in my mind. Thank you.